Hey everybody, Dr. C back with you. I'm back in my truck. By the way, I'm still keeping an eye on the highway. That venture truck that I was telling you guys about from the last video, he hardly moved. I can still see him in view from where I'm sitting at in my truck. And the traffic is still at a standstill. All these people are just still basically sitting in the same place. A lot of truckers have come over to this rest stop where I'm sitting at, and they are parking their trucks and kind of waiting it out, just like I am. But I wanted to give you a little bit more information about the Great Migration. So I thought this was really cool way, and the reason why I'm discussing this is because ain't nobody migrating anywhere right now here on Interstate 24. I mean, we're just at a standstill. From what I understand, there was an accident down there by two minivans. I guess they ran into each other and they have blocked up traffic on Interstate 24 going east. Going east. So I'm just right there. I'm in Metropolis, Illinois, and from here you go right across the Ohio River, and then you're in Kentucky. But of course, like I said, there's a lot of traffic here because of an accident, and we're going to be here for a while. Anyway, getting back to the Great Migration. So I had mentioned to you guys that the Great Migration usually got started right after the Civil War, but officially the Great African American Migration, which is the other word for it, actually started in 1910 and ran all the way through to the 1970s. 1970 to be exact. Wow, it's a long time for people migrating from the south to the north. Then I got to thinking, and I think this is because I'm from Pittsburgh, right? Western Pennsylvania. And I know for a fact that my mother moved to Pittsburgh from Earlysville, Virginia. That's where my grandfather, her father, had his farm right outside of Charlottesville, Virginia. So she had migrated to Pittsburgh around that time. I think right after World War II. That's when she met my father. And from what I understand from my own family history, my father's father also migrated to Pennsylvania from North Carolina. But I did some digging in terms of the migration into Pittsburgh. I know that based on what I just read, that the black population in the metropolitan area of Pittsburgh had doubled in size from 1910 to 1918. And a lot of African Americans that were migrating north, and not just north, they were migrating north to the Midwest and to the West Coast as well. Some of the major cities that they were going to were Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia, New York, out west, San Francisco, as well, and into various cities in the Midwest. But they also came to Pittsburgh, and the main reason why they were coming to Pittsburgh is working steel mills. And I remember back in the day, if you guys are from Pittsburgh and you're watching, remember back in the early 70s when the steel mills were really cranking it out, how much pollution you saw and how everything smelled like rotten eggs. Y'all remember that? Oh my God, when I was a kid, I hated going outside when the steel mills were really cranking it up. But that's why black people were coming to Pittsburgh. And do not forget, in one of my other videos, when I was talking about the first African-American doctor got his license in Western Pennsylvania, a lot of them migrated to the Hill District where he practiced medicine. So that's a little bit more information on the Great Migration. And just to give you a little bit more of an update about the Great Migration out of this country to other places, Dr. C already had mentioned to you where some of them are going and where they're going to continue to go if we do not change course in this country right now. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. And the amount of damage that has been done over the past decade of Trumpism, it's going to take a generation, maybe two, for us to fix it. Now, the other reason why I wanted to mention this in this second part of the Great Migration is I want the American people to think of the financial system. One of the reasons why the United States of America has been able to pretty much do whatever it wanted up until this point financially is because we had, after World War II, had fixed the financial system where all of energy products was going to be bought and sold with US dollars. It's called the petrodollar. I had mentioned this before in some of my other videos. And the main reason why we've been able to go into so much debt, and the reason why nobody had a problem in buying United States bonds across the globe, is because we were good for paying off our bonds. That is no longer the case with Trump in power. In fact, he has done so much damage to the financial system that Scott Bessent, who, by the way, is a terrible Treasury Secretary, he's not that bright. If you haven't figured it out by now, Trump has surrounded himself with a bunch of idiots just like he is, just to let you know. But Scott Bessent is having a very difficult time, I'm keeping an eye on the traffic, is having a very difficult time selling bonds to the rest of the world. And the reason why he's having a really hard time selling bonds to the rest of the world so that we can keep our debt going, right, is because nobody trusts this regime and they don't trust us. And when I say us, I'm talking about the electorate, right? The rest of the world does not trust the electorate, that is the American voter, to make an informed decision when we go out and vote. Now, of course, Dr. C knows what to do because I'm a, intelligent guy. Most of you who watch me are intelligent, right? We'll make the right decision when we go out and vote. We'll vote for the right person. But most of America does not. MAGA, in terms of population size, is around 1/3 of the country. And it's that 1/3 of the country. We're talking around, maybe 90 million people. We got about 350 million people living in this country, and about 90 million of them are MAGA triple Trumpers. That is way too many people voting for complete idiots. And if they've done it once, if they've done it twice, and they've done it 3 times, they'll do it again. I hope some of them are watching me, but I doubt if they are. And if they are watching me, they're watching me in spite of myself because they hate what I'm saying. So they can go out and tell others, did you hear what this fool Dr. C said about Trump? That's the only reason why they're watching, I think. But the fact of the matter is that if Scott Bessent can't sell bonds, we cannot sustain our debt. And right now, just to let you guys know, we're at war with Iran. We can't even replace the amount of missiles that we've expended trying to fight this war with this country that we know nothing about, by the way. And when I say we, I'm talking about the Trump regime. They don't know nothing about Iran. They're not listening to the people who know about Iran and the reason why we've never gone to war with them before. Okay? So they can't even replace the armament that they've already expended. And if they are able to sell the bonds, it is at a premium in terms of the interest rate. But now they can't sell these bonds because we're approaching $40 trillion in the national debt. Donald Trump, out of all of the presidents, I'm keeping an eye on the highway, out of all of the presidents, have contributed more to the national debt than all the other presidents, especially those presidents from modern time. right? And it's counting. He is making mistake after mistake after mistake, adding more to the national debt. And right now, anybody who is going to buy United States Treasury bonds, nobody wants to buy them unless they get paid a premium in terms of the interest rate. But the other problem with that is, well, if Trump stays in power, I'm keeping it up. If Trump stays in power, by the way, he is going to try and cancel the election. I'm here to let you know that right now. You still better be ready to vote. We have to overwhelm the voter rolls to vote these people out of power, to show them that there's no fraud, that they've lost overwhelmingly, right? And then our political leaders need to tell the American people the truth about what's happening to the country. So getting back to the national debt, if we can't sell bonds, then we can't service the debt we already have. And if we can't service the debt we already have, what happens to the debt? What happens to you and me? The federal government is going to try and figure out a way to pay down that debt somehow. Who do you think they're going to get the money from? I'll wait while you think about it. Oh, I know. They're going to come to the electorate, to you and me, to pay off that debt. And they're going to go to the one place, if you're able to buy property in this country, and you own property, you own a home in this country, they're going to figure out a way to tap into your equity to pay down the debt. And you're going to have no say in how they do it or when they do it. Because, why? You're not going to have a say? Because now you live in a dictatorship. Because you didn't vote the right way. Or, for some of my black brothers and sisters, I ain't voting because they're all corrupt. You not voting is the reason why we're here right now. Those who voted the wrong way because they're too stupid to make the right decision. And those of you who don't vote because you don't think that your vote makes a difference, and your vote does. And because you didn't vote, we got Trump back in the White House. Yeah, I know he stole his way through, but he still won votes. I'm just saying. I want you to comment on everything I'm saying, by the way. I'm killing time. What can I say? I'm having a fun time killing some time with y'all. So think of it this way, right? So if you think what I'm telling you is incorrect, I want you to comment in the comment section when I post this video on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed and you like what I'm saying, you need to subscribe to the video on YouTube. I have 52 subscribers. I know that ain't nothing. I'm no Midas touch. I got who's got 6 million subscribers. Boy, I wish I had that. I got 52, and I'm proud of that fact. But I'd like to get more. My goal right now for this year is to at least get up to 60 subscribers. I'm at 52 right now and counting. For those of you who have subscribed, thank you so very much. I'm feeling you, okay? But if you find this information useful, keep coming back to watch, subscribe, and you'll get more. So those are my two-part series on the Great Migration. It is a significant and very interesting topic of history for those of you who want to learn more about African American history. By the way, again, African American history is American history. And by the way, as far as I'm concerned, it's the only history that matters. Anyway, that's me, Dr. C, just, hanging out with y'all while I wait for this traffic to get cleared up, and then still not. A lot of these trucks just sitting there, poor guys. Anyway, if I get really bored and I'm still sitting here for another hour, well, I've been sitting here an hour and a half so far. So if I'm sitting here another hour, I'll shoot you another video. Why not? Yeah. Dr. C out. You guys have a great afternoon.